Welcome back. So let's move to the first polar profiles, that is the security profile. So we discussed the certificate and the decryption ones. So let's now discuss about the security profile. So in the security profile, again, you got the antivirus one. So if you want to detect any virus, yes. But again, the whenever you want to detect the antivirus, always you have to decrypt the traffic. So without decrypting the traffic, you are not able to check for the malware and you are not able to check for the virus. Okay, so whenever the traffic goes encrypted, then we have to provide the Palo Alto an ability to decrypt and check for that. Okay, so we can create the profile for the antivirus, anti-spyware, vulnerability scanning, that if you want to do any scanning for your vulnerability, like Windows machine have most of them. And if you want to do some URL filtering, like custom URL filtering, or if you want to block some file, like you want to block the .exe file nowadays, because the Windows are now using .msi files, so you want to block .exe files so that they do not download the harmful application. Data filtering, DOS protection. So it's up to you. If you want to create those profiles, you can create and you can apply to the policy. So let's go to the management PC now. So I will delete this one because it will apply that. So now what I can do is that I can go to the network, not network, device. So in the device, I should see security, otherwise in the object. Yep. In the object, you see that now we do have a category over here, certificate security profile. So here antivirus. So by default, there is a policy over here. So you see that the signature exception, wildfire inline machine learning. So by default, those policies are being created for you. That is which is pretty much enough as far as I think, because most of the things are already done in that one. So if you want to capture the packet, you can just enable that and capture the packet, but you have to create a new policy for that one. But again, you see that the action, it already provided some rules over here, and it is also taking the Palo Alto intelligence and doing a machine learning also by default. And again, in the anti-spyware, you have a default policy, predefined one strict and the default, which has the custom rules set up over there. That's also should be more than enough for our example, because since we are doing the lab, so I'm not going in much deeper in that one. So DNS policies, by default, there are some DNS policies, DNS exception. We don't have security policies. We already have some security policies, and action is the default. And if we go to the strict one, and it has some action, reset boot and all. Okay, so it is matching the signatures. If something is not right, so it will do a reset from both sides. So next is the vulnerability scanning. Again, the scanning will take a little bit of your resources because it has to probe into the machine. So it will send different types of probing request. So by default, again, it has been created. If you are good with that one, you can create your own rules. Now URL filtering. This is also we have by default, and it also has given, you see that, categories. So abortion is allowed, abuse of drugs which is blocked, adult content is also blocked, alcohol and tobacco is also allowed. So if you want, you can also block those websites if you like, and auctions, you want to block it, you can block. So basically you can let me see if I am able to change over here, or you have to create no. So by default, these are the ones which you cannot change, but if you want to change it, then you go ahead and create your new profile. And in here, I think you see that you are able to change those actions. Again, URL filtering settings. So log container page only. If you want to save search and enforcement, like safe search is like if Palo Alto will learn that this site is being flagged, it might not be 100% vulnerable, but it has been flagged, then it will do a little bit of more scanning on that particular traffic. HTTP header, we don't worry about it. User credentials, you see that detection. If you want to detect the user credentials, you want to map it IP address to the user or the domain or the group you want to, where you want to map it if you want to detect. So the user is trying to log into the bank details and they are giving some login details, so you have detected that one. Or the employee is trying to access the login into your business application, Palo Alto will also detect that one. So you need to define your policies pretty much in which aligns with your business operations. Otherwise, the Palo Alto will generate a lot of logs and traffic for that. HTTP insert inline machine learning, you don't have any option to add or remove, but that's how if you want to block any of the custom URLs, then definitely you are also able to add check URL category, not this one. Um, so these are the predefined ones. So I'm just looking for the one which we can define. URL settings, credentials, inline. Now, so I think we should be also able to create the custom URLs because that is also we want to block it, then there should be an option. But currently in here we don't have it. There might be some other way to configure it. Now file blocking, again by default there should be one policy. Okay, you see that strict and basic. So in the basic you do have a different file types over here, and in the strict you do have a different file types over here, which will be blocked and not blocked. So if you're going on a strict, you see that some of them are blocked, but if you're going for the basic, some of them are block, continue, and alerting. Wildfire analysis, you don't need to do anything because it's a security intelligence like Cisco Talos. It will automatically download that feed and provide you the security at the back end. Next, data filtering. Let me add that one. Okay, so data filtering, it's asking for your data patterns. Again, this will be a little bit out of scope for the networking, so I will just skip this one. DDoS protection, yes, we can go ahead and create one policy which saying that sync flood, UDP flood, ICMP flood, ICMP6 flood, other IP flood, resource protection. If you want to put a cap on the session, how many sessions concurrently it should accept, and after that it should block or drop the traffic, you can set it up over here. So this one is the type aggregated one, this one is the type classified. So not sure about the type for now, but definitely with the protection ones, you can go ahead and set up the, what do we say, the connection types, like how many connections you can have concurrently. So if someone is doing the sync flood, then you want to accept the traffic, but after 10,000 you want to drop the traffic. So you can change it to 500, maybe after 500 packets, you will drop the traffic. Okay, so again, you do have something called the alarm rate, activate rate, maximum rate, and block. Okay, so alarm rate, if it is like 10,000, so you can set it up to 500, 1,000 so that you get the alarm quickly. And the activate rate is that whenever the particular threshold is being reached, you take the action. But maximum it should be 40,000 connection. That is too much, but I will set it like 2000, 5000 up to you. And the block duration is that within 300 milliseconds, we want to block it. All right, so now these are the different security profiles, but where do you use these profiles once you created it? So let's go to policy now. So let's go to the security policy, and I will apply those policies which are going from inside to outside. So inside and DMZ going to the outside. So I will apply on that policy. So you said inside and DMZ going to the outside. So let's go to the action, and you do have a section called profile settings. So you will expand that one, select the profile, and now you can select the profiles. So if you have created that one, you can select that one, or you can select the group. But if you come back to device, or sorry, object, we should be, you see that security profile group. So now instead of having these many different, once you created that one, you know that you will be applying these policies to most of your sorry, you will be applying these profiles to the most of the policies. In that way, what in that scenario, what you can do is that you can group these policies into one. So I will click on add, and I will say that name will be security group. And now the profiles which I have created, I will select those profiles. URL filtering, also default block. So I will select basic, and data filtering, there is none. So we skip that one. Wildfire is a default. Click on OK. So now if I go back to my policy now, so on the inside DMZ to the outside policy in the action. Now, if I select the profiles, what's happening is that it's giving me a capability to apply certain profiles. But every time it is not possible for me to go each and every policy and apply this one. So instead, what now I will do is that I will go to the group, and now I will select the group which is a security group, and okay, that's it. So profiles you can create individually, you can apply individually, and also if you want to uh, create a group and apply a group, so that it will be very much easy. So it will, if you create a group, that would be much better because it will be easy. You just go to the group, select that one. So within 2 clicks, the option is finished. Otherwise, then you have to select which one to be applied and which one to be not applied. So once this has been committed, what we are now expecting our firewall to do the lot more job before that. So before it was just forwarding the traffic and all those things, but now it is inspecting the traffic, looking for the file types, looking for the scanning for the viruses, blocking the malwares and everything, because we have applied the anti-spyware virus ones, all different profiles of the security we have applied. So definitely now it will try to look into that one. And now you see that it is giving me a warning, no valid threat license, because I'm running on the evaluation. So that's why I don't have a valid threat license and the DNS security license. So that will be a reason that my threat policy might not be working. So that's the reason I will be not applying in here, because it will not scan it. Select none and OK. But basically you should have that license, because once you decrypt the traffic, the Palo Alto will keep on checking the for check and keep on scanning for the viruses and the malware. So you need to have those licenses. So I hope this was informative for you, and thank you.